Good evening and welcome to ArtsConnect at UUCR. We are so happy that you are joining us tonight for this incredible event. You are in for a powerful evening of music, art, and poetry. My name is Elsa Powell-Strong, President of the Board of Trustees at UUCR, and
hello, I am Niambi Powell, also a member of UUCR, and we are your hosts for this evening. And we are really excited to be here with you, all of you, to celebrate another year of ArtsConnect. It really is a highlight for our congregation and for the community. Thank you all for being with us today. And I think we also have a welcome from our senior minister, Reverend Rebecca Savage.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Rebecca. Thank you, hosts Elsa and Niambi, and so much gratitude to everyone who made this night possible. Some words of welcome with the opening prayer from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker. Even when our hearts are broken, even when our hearts are broken by our own failure or your failures of others, cutting into our lives, even when we have done all we can do and life is still broken, there is a universal love that has never broken faith with us and never will. The symbol of our shared faith of Unitarian Universalism is lighting our chalice at the beginning of our sacred time together. So I light our flaming chalice to illuminate that world that we seek, that world of justice and universal love. In our search for truth, may we be just. In our search for justice, may we be loving. And in loving, may we find peace. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Thank you for your hearts open. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your presence.
the ArtsConnect theme for 2021 is Say Their Names, Ending Violence Against the BIPOC Community.
We have over 50 creative folks from all over North America who have shared their time and talent to bring you this concert, and it's all to raise money for Impact Silver Spring. You'll be hearing more about Impact's work in our community later on in the program, and you'll get to hear directly from their executive director, Jane Park.
ArtsConnect was founded by UUCR's music director, Sarah Jebian, in 2018 as a way to connect the music and arts program with our greater mission of social justice in our community. This is our fourth event in the past 3 years, and we're hoping that it will be our best ever.
Our goal tonight is to raise $5,000 over the next 2 hours. We know you can help us make that happen. We just know you're going to be so touched and inspired by what you experience here with us tonight that we'll have no trouble at all meeting that goal.
Let's now check out our first set of amazing performers, opening with a poem written just for ArtsConnect by Sasa Akil, the 2021 Montgomery County Youth Poet Laureate. Take it away.
And a poem about joy because we forget, will forget, have forgotten. A poem about joy because we're still choking on tear gas, pepper spray, our own breath. A poem about joy because they don't want to see our smiles, so we smile anyway, smile big and wide enough that they can see it from Mars. Martians and Mars rovers alike marveling over this black joy that they had been told was so hard to come by. A poem for the fact that we found it today, alive and well, an act of rebellion against this system that's only ever wanted our tears. A poem for how beautiful Ayana's smile must have been, how melodious her laugh, like the chiming of church bells on Sunday mornings when I call my grandmother on the phone. A poem about black things like canned cranberry sauce and cocoa butter. and how they make us smile so big and bright that they mistake ours for sunshine. A poem about my baby sister's beaded braids and how they chink, chink, chink like money in a pocket. We ain't got much money in our pockets these days, but we got joy today. We got laughter today. Got poetry today, and everything that's ever made us powerful. So a poem for the joy that is standing and feeling your people at your back, united in love and conviction. A poem for laughter flowing unbidden from lips, hearts, and eyes. A poem about this glory and protest and proclamation, and a poem for how all this be enough.
He had a dream of a world free of hatred and anger. He had a dream of a love beyond race, creed, or color. He had a dream and he gave it to me. What will I do with it? Who will I be?
I've got to stand up, shout and be heard. I've got to let my heart guide my words. I've got to steady my speed and say, what would it be like if you were king for a day?
He had a dream that all violence would one day be ended. This dream of free. He had a dream that our world torn apart would be mended. This dream of free. He had a dream upon the ground, the rhythm calling me deepening. All is to be found inside of me, questioning, gathering the sound and the silence, listening. Spirit unbound in the mystery, wondering.
Follow the
Feet upon the ground, the rhythm calling me deepening.
Follow the
All is to be found inside of me, questioning,
Follow the
gathering the sound and the silence, listening.
Follow the
Spirit unbound in the mystery, wondering.
I'm moving with the
Feet upon the ground, the rhythm calling me deepening.
I'm listening for the
All is to be found inside of me, questioning,
I'm following the
gathering the sound and the silence, listening.
I'm reaching toward the
Spirit unbound in the mystery, wondering. I'm moving with the earth's own rhythm. I'm listening for the voice within me. I'm following the sound of laughter. I'm reaching toward the sky above me. The earth is calling, follow the sound of peace. Follow the sound unbound, follow the sound unbound, follow the sound unbound, follow the sound I'm moving with the earth's own rhythm. I'm listening for the voice within me. I'm following the sound of laughter. I'm reaching toward the sky above me. I'm moving with the earth's own rhythm. I'm listening for the voice within me. I'm following the sound of laughter. I'm reaching toward the sky above me.
I sat there bewildered as they mocked the color of our skin. The other kids sit and laugh. The other kids sing along with them. She was just a child when they abducted her from her home, forced her on a ship to a new place all alone. In the stories, always the antagonists, running into battle as they try to take what's ours away, betrayed as the inhumane savages, lived years with an extremely unseemly name. They forced them off their land, the protagonist of the story. What was betrayed to be something great was really a great terror. The imitation of culture, the horrors of the past, many got and still do get assaulted and harassed. The appropriation has become normalized as time passes by. I just hope that one day we can all be recognized, all our different ethnic groups, all communities. Stop the violence and abuse. The lies must stop.
Now every day turns away darkened skies that the night has brought to you, and every heart looks to start once again with a smile, and every day wants a way to reach out and let light shine right through. And every night tries to fight to hang on all the while. There's a new every morning, you don't see it, not tonight. There's a new every morning, let the night come. It's alright. There is no undertow strong enough to hold down a believer, and there's no way you can say anything they would hear. Stand hand in hand and see through all the doubt of deceivers. This is so even though the night is long, never fear. There's a new every morning, there's a sunrise, see the light. There's a new every morning, you should let the night come, babe. It's alright. God, sometimes I'm a human and sometimes I falter, sometimes I fail. God, it's so hard to prevail. We could be easily better ones if we knew it'd be better. We could say every day starts with love and trust. Every start with a heart could go far if we all move together. More or less happiness starts and ends with us. Let's be new every morning. Bad things happen, we lose sight. But if we are new every single morning, go on, let the night come. It's alright. It's alright.
Hey everyone. I know this winter has been hella hard on most of us. Seems like every time I turn around, somebody's ill or injured or loved ones are down for the count, and it's been hard. It's been real hard. So I don't know. This little ditty just came to me this morning, and I wanted to share it with you all. Spread some love and light and support. Yeah, we've all been there, and we're in this together. All right. Here we go. A moment's respite, then back into the fray, the battle, the struggle that is the everyday. You feel big wind, the storms are coming your way, brought down to your knees, you're begging, please help me rise up. Whoa, rise up. Help me rise up. Whoa, rise up. Know when you're feeling alone, this is the path we all share, part of life's great mystery. It doesn't seem fair. Gotta keep feeling and healing, remaining aware. Move forward with intention, mad love, respect, and care. Gotta rise up, rise up. Help me rise up, rise up. So when you feel the sun's rays, don't turn away from the glare. Let that sweet light in, precious and rare. So that when life gets grim, you got something to share. Big heart open wide and arms prepared. Help me rise up, rise up. Gotta rise up, rise up. Help me rise up, rise up. Gotta rise up, rise up. Mad love.
Change is coming once again, except this time it feels like the world's about to end. White robed devils in plain sight, angry protests in the streets night after night, and it weighs heavy on my mind. Why are we so quick to run backwards after all this time? But I won't let it change my heart. I was born full of love and hope, and when I die, that's how I'll depart. And when you find yourself incapable of singing eye to eye, remember when they go low, we go high. Yeah, yeah. Change is coming, that's for sure. Gave a madman all the keys and let him walk right in the door. And I don't think he'll see the light until the whole world is on fire. But that's alright, that's alright. We will still be here when he's gone. And if he doesn't kill us all, well, it sure will make us strong. So don't let 4 years change your heart. We were not born hating each other. Now is not the time to start. And when you find yourself incapable of seeing eye to eye, remember when they go low, we go high. Yeah, yeah. There's a something for soldiers. This is let us live to make men free. We're all sisters, we're all brothers, standing on each other's shoulders. There's no wall we cannot scale. We are an army of lovers, and we shall not fail. So when you find yourself incapable of seeing eye to eye, remember when they go low, we go high. 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 High, high, high. We go high. We go high. People get ready.
Hi, everybody. Wow. Wow, Nyambi, there was just so much in that.
I mean, right? That
So
was
much.
amazing.
I was struck by like these moments of like deep grief
Yeah.
for the kids and for the people, that and then but just like this struck by this like incredible, just the resilience of the human spirit. I wrote, from Sasa Akia, like we've got poetry today, and the love and empathy, and Eleuthera's poem. It's just such a blend of stretching your spirit.
That's a beautiful, beautiful way to put it. Absolutely, Elsa. And that witnessing that resilience, witnessing the passion, the commitment, even when it gets hard, like that brings me joy.
Yeah.
And it's brought me so much joy just seeing this first group of artists, contribute their gifts to just lift up our shared commitment to social justice, to hold the space for all of the things, all of the feelings that come with, doing this type of work together, and lifting up our need to take a good, honest look at what needs to change right here in our own community.
Yeah.
We know that is why you have joined us this evening for this ArtsConnect, because you care about the work that is being done right here in Montgomery County.
Yeah.
And so with that, we just want to check in with you and just let you know that your commitment is showing. So far, we've already raised $1,255.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So let's
go team.
Coming. Thank you all.
Thank you. Well, and we are here with Jane Park, the Executive Director for Impact Silver Spring. Welcome, Jane. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're so excited that you're here with us this evening. And can you please share with us a little bit about some of the work that Impact does in Montgomery County?
Absolutely. So at the core of our mission is really fighting racism in all of its forms. And we do that by working for change at 3 levels: the individual, neighborhood, and systems level. And the reason why we believe that focusing on individual change is so important, and we offer learning opportunities in this regard, where people can come and learn a lot of the history that we just were not taught in school, the history of racism in this country, and how the effects of that continue with us today in many of our institutions and systems and manifest in the form of systemic racism, and how all of that working together really continue to fuel and drive the racial disparities that we see today, that many communities of color are struggling with. And so cycling up from individual to neighborhood, our work at the neighborhood level is really about lifting up a different narrative about many of our communities of color that are so often overlooked, marginalized, or looked at from a deficit lens. And so we really try to lift up the resilience and the creativity and the power that exists in communities that have been discriminated against and marginalized for so long. And so our work at the neighborhood level is really about supporting residents and leading their own change efforts and naming the things they want to work on, that they want to create. And we're there to sort of help them achieve their visions and their dreams and their goals. And then we cycle up further to the systems level, because we know that we're not going to really get to the root causes until we change the systems that continue to have so much impact on people's lives. And so we do that by advocating for equitable laws and policies in Montgomery County that will hopefully lead to improvements for low-income communities of color.
Wow, that is extraordinary, Jane. Can you tell us one of your favorite stories about someone who has been helped by an impact program?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many to choose from. It's hard to think of one, but I can think of one that actually happened in the midst of the pandemic that we're in, and to also highlight community resilience and power. We were supporting a group of residents living in an apartment building in one of the neighborhoods where we work, and the landlord was suddenly increasing their rent by huge amounts during the pandemic. And this was even though the county had passed a law prohibiting landlords from increasing rent during the COVID lockdown. And so the tenants, with some support from us, basically organized and fought back against their landlord and was able to get their property manager to back down. And so that's just one example of many stories of just resilience and power that we're facilitating in the neighborhoods where we work.
That's amazing, and that's so important. And we're so excited to know that we're already on a roll here tonight with the donations coming in. And can you talk about what kind of impact will the donations that come in this evening have on impact? What do you hope to be able to accomplish with the funds that we raise this evening?
Right. So, I mean, as you've heard, our vision is a bold one to eradicate and dismantle racism. I'm not sure I'm going to see that happen in my lifetime. I would hope that it might. And so with such a big mission and goal, we're a really small nonprofit trying to tackle this. And so really every dollar that we raise helps to ensure that we can continue this work today and over the long term, because that's what it's going to take to really make sure that we can build a community where everybody can thrive.
Jane, is there anything else you'd like people to know before we go back to these wonderful performances?
Just a huge thank you to the Unitarian Universalist Church for organizing this amazing event and for thinking of Impact as the beneficiary. So it really, really means a lot. So thank you.
We're on your team.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to hearing more from Impact later on tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jane. And friends, you've heard about how valuable your donations are for this wonderful organization. So please, take a moment right now, if you haven't done so already, to give as generously as you can.
Shades of society. How could one man be seen so different when we claim that our society is indifferent? How could the people that are supposed to protect us throw us in front of a bus? Racism is alive and living too well. But when I say that, people act like I'm dropping a bombshell. If only we could treat each other like we were all each other's sister and brother.
Never give them time to think, make them answer quick. Shine that bright white light in their face. Only liars ever take time to think, and never give them cash. 'Cause in God we trust. If you do your best, keep the change. A self-made man wouldn't ever need it. Never give them anything, better make them work. 'Cause idle hands and best intentions, that's a white man's perk. been building something. A Walmart down at the crossroads. The devil, he gave us Mexico. We'll build a big wall just to keep him down in his hole, and that wall is built for demons and animals and thugs. It sure ain't built for people, man. You walk 4,000 miles, a wall won't even slow you down. We never gave them anything. They had to get to work. 'Cause idle hands and best intentions, that's a white man's perk. Got a different brand of martyr, and people down on their knees. They're not praying for redemption. They're praying we'll let them breathe. Voted for the savior. He promised bright white cities filled with gold. And now there's fresh paint on blood in Washington, glistening in yellow in the middle of the road. And I don't buy your God can't hear you, just 'cause you can't get into church. Though I guess it is the devil who promises knowledge, and omnipresent really is quite a very long word. And I can see these signs from heaven, along with everything we've done. I can live with most of my decisions, man. I think you're gonna burn for this one. Never gave them anything. They had to get to work. 'Cause idle hands and best intentions, that's a white man's perk. Got a different brand of martyr, people down on their knees. I think we're way past redemption. We're going to let them breathe.
We the People by Kaya Sanders. We the people. Who are the people? Are we the people? Is the baby girl with skin like atole and hair like the ocean waves who was taken from her parents, shoved into foster care because they weren't citizens, the people? Is the little boy who looks like almond butter and wants to be just like dad, whose eyes shine with tears 'cause mama had to tell him dad's not coming home, the people? Is the young woman who covers her hair and chest with a beautiful hijab that brings out her eyes, who was labeled terrorist while simply buying groceries for her struggling family, the people? Go back to your country. I don't know where that is. Speak English, but she doesn't know how. What are you? I'm a person. He's a person. She's a person. We are all people, just like you. You say, we the people. Who are the people? My people are struggling to find jobs, get education, buy homes. My people are struggling to survive. We are all people. Are we the people?
Ayana and Darnisha, Tamir, Taisha and Trayvon, Michael Brown and Jordan Davis, William Chapman and Laquan, Keith McLeod and Tyree Crawford, Jordan Edwards and Devon, Antoine Rose, Victor Steen, Jeremy Lake and Patterson Brown. How many times must my people ask why? How many times must we watch another mother cry? And if we were you, would what you've done be enough? Would our reactions be as hard on you as yours are on us? How many more marches will it take? How many more days like this until we break? And if you were us, how much more could you bear? How many I can't breathe before you care? Oscar Grant and Eric Garner, Yvette Smith and Shelley Frey, Eric Harris and John Crawford, George Floyd and Freddie Gray, Chantel Davis and Tarika, Breonna Taylor and Kendra James, Ramarley Grant and Danny Brumfeld, Terrence Crutcher, DeRavis and Don Trey, Amadou Diallo, Sam DeBose and Botham Jean, Jordan Baker and Alton Sterling, Levon, Shem and Stefan, Tatiana and Rakia, Jonathan Farrell and Ricky Ball, Janisha Fonville, Maya Hall, Akai Gurley, Valando Ahmad. How many times must my people ask why? How many times must we watch another mother cry? And if we were you and what you've done be enough, would our reactions be as hard on you as yours are on us? How many more marches will it take? How many more days like this until we break? And if you were us, how much more could you bear? How many I can't breathe before you care? Eleanor Bumpers and Margaret Mitchell, Alberta Sproul and Katherine Johnson, Walter Scott and Joseph Mann, Ollie Brooks and James Allen, Gregory Gunn and Charles Goodrich, Fred Barlow and Dennis Hudson, Mary Truxillo and Deborah Danner, Betty Jones and Pearlie Golden. How many times must my people ask why? How many times must we watch another mother cry? And if we were you, would what you've done be enough? Would our reactions be as hard on you as yours are on us? How many more marches will it take? How many more days like this until we break? And if you were us, how much more could you bear? How many I can't breathe before you care?
Hello, friends. My name is Matthew P. Taylor, and I am a poet and one of the current ministerial interns at the UU Congregation of Rockville. The piece that I would like to share with you today is called What We Take With Us. What we take with us: the legacy of Stonewall, Miss Marsha Pay It No Mind Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, the Vogue movement with house mothers, house fathers, and house parents, and everyone in between. We take with us moments of Yas Queen and telling the truth, telling our stories without apology, claiming and naming our pronouns and ourselves, being and growing our authentic selves, living and learning and loving and breaking ground. We are the Janet Mox and Laverne Cox. We are Ashley Marie Preston, period. And we have had enough. We are the organizers and the revolutionaries. We are the ones who get it done. We take with us the legacy, the dynasty, the history of all our trans ancestors. We are divine. We are resilient. And blessed may we be. Blessed be, beloveds.
African-American preacher Charles A. Tindley was also a composer who wrote most of his church music for the East Calvary Methodist Episcopal Church, which he founded in Philadelphia. Tindley's Beams of Heaven was published in 1905 in his book Soul Songs. The text expresses the Christian's confidence that when Jesus leads me, I shall get home someday. That ultimate certainty gives hope and encouragement for our daily walk with God. In the original text, stanzas 1 and 2 use the rich Old Testament Exodus imagery of light and darkness to refer to times of joy and sorrow. The third stanza points from current troubles to the vision of a new creation, to that land of peace and glory. The following arrangement was created by Ron Teague for the Iowa State University Voices of Soul Gospel Choir. Mr. Teague uses only the first half of the first stanza, as well as the refrain in his arrangement. Beams of heaven as I go through this wilderness here below. Guide my feet in peaceful ways. Turn my midnight into day. I do not know how long it will be, nor what the future holds for me. But this I know. Faith shines a star of hope, and I shall get home someday.
Beams of heaven as I go through this wilderness, It shines a star of hope, and I shall get home
Wow. I mean, again, amazing. You know, I I don't know about you, Elsa, but I set two for what was really standing out for me. The whole set was beautiful, but I'm coming back to this question. You know, are we the people?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of people are we going to be here in Montgomery County? Are we going to be those people? Am I going to be one of those people, you know, who lends my voice? And, you know, who are we going to lend our hands? Are we going to lend our dollars to the work that organizations like Impact Silver Spring do every day to really bring down and dismantle these systems of oppression in our communities, even when we don't know how long it's going to take? Even when we can't say exactly what the future is going to hold, but we're still committed to holding that vision. Listening to this second set makes me want to say, yes, we will be that people here in Montgomery County. And I believe that, you know, all of us listening here to this show are saying that same, yes, we will be that people.
We will be that. And the urgency, right? The urgency to act, you know, and the for those that have the privilege not to act, like the time is now. How much, you know, what is it? How many I can't breathe before you care, right? We have to care right now. Like I'm just so filled with the urgency and to support organizations like Impact Silver Spring, who are doing the work to make a difference at all those levels. I mean, what Jane was talking about was so powerful. So what the good news is that this group is coming through. So here's the update on our numbers. We have raised $1,865. Let's just keep the momentum going. So thank you everyone who is chipping in and acting right now to show your care and to show your solidarity for making change.
Absolutely. We are so excited that you are saying yes.
Yes.
Right now, willing to donate. Thank you so much. And you know, something else that we're also so excited about with this year's event is the incredible level of participation that we have from youth all over Montgomery County. We've got poets and artists as young as 11, all the way through being high school seniors. And we're so grateful to have an opportunity to hear from our young people, witness their work, witness their brilliance and their creativity. Because that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. You know, we need to make the world a better place for our kids, so they don't have to raise their own children in a world where they're terrified of getting a speeding ticket or just walking down the street in their own neighborhoods or wherever. This is why this matters.
Totally. So in addition to raising money for Impact Silver Spring, we are going to be donating $250 to support a special project for MoCo for Change. This is a student-led organization working on the issue of police violence in communities of color. So we are here with Delaney and Christina from MoCo for Change, who will tell us a little bit more about what they're doing and the project that we're going to be sponsoring. Thank you so much, Delaney and Christina, for being here.
Hi, thank you for having us. Thank you so much. We're so excited to be here.
We're so excited to have you. Welcome to you both. So please tell us about MoCo for Change and some of the ways you're impacting the community with your work.
MoCo for Change, we're the RM branch of MoCo for Change, which is the general group, but specifically Arm for Change has made bands, Black Lives Matter wristbands that we sold and raised approximately $1,400 for the cause. If I can share my screen, I think I can show you guys.
Yes, share it.
Are you seeing that?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, so that's the big project that we did in the summer and more of the fall of this school year. And then we also cooperated with the DMV Immigration Advocacy Club and hosted a Know Your Rights seminar for teenagers. And then over the holiday season, we had a nonprofit So What Else gift drive and collected around 12,000 items. So right now, our biggest goal is really to remove SROs from our schools and our school system and support Bill 4620. And Christina will explain a little bit more about that.
Can you say a little bit about what SRO? Oh, sorry, Christina. For those who don't know what an SRO is, could you just tell us what that is?
So SROs are school resource officers, and they're police officers that are in place in every high school in Montgomery County. And we, as Arm for Change, as MoCo for Change, as a general organization, are advocating to remove them. And we are hoping to remove them because the program as a whole just disproportionately and negatively impacts students of color, predominantly Black and Hispanic students, and it's just not a helpful program. So our goal is, with the money that everyone is donating, we will have yard signs designed and we will place them in Montgomery County residents' front yards. So if you're walking down the street and someone has a yard up, you'll see the general message like remove SROs from Montgomery County Public Schools. And on the back, there will be a QR code. So someone can just scan the code and it'll bring an infographic up explaining what SROs are in case people don't know what they are. And explaining really why they need to be removed from schools immediately.
Fantastic.
So many surveys, and we took a lot of surveys and also with another group called MoCo Against Brutality about how Black and brown students feel when SROs are in their communities and in their schools. And it is very, very common. It is 60% more likely for them to target Black and brown students than their white peers. So it's just very important that everyone feels safe and everyone feels like they can go to school without feeling like a target.
Wow. Well, Delaney and Christina, thank you so much for sharing your work with us. Thank you for your dedication to your peers and to the broader Montgomery County community, and for your witness, right? You are young people like you are important voices and important forces to be heard and be witnessed in this community. So thank you so much for the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us speak.
So next, we can't wait for you to see our first virtual art gallery coming up in our next segment. All the art that you're about to see was created by middle and high school youth. The music that underscores this gallery is written and performed by New York singer and songwriter Elaine Romanelli. She was commissioned to write this song by the intersection Faith, Latinx, LGBTQ+, Faith, Family, Equality, the Latinx Roundtable, the Episcopal Church of St. Matthew's and St. Timothy in New York City, all in commemoration of the massacre at the Pulse nightclub in Florida. So now let's launch our next set for the art gallery.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Journey of 1,000.
Hearts beating hard with freedom, then hearts beating hard with fear. Hearts beating now eternal. Shine that we find some comfort, find release, hear the voices now. Dispersados en la noche, una familia elegida. Hoy en esperanza es una familia unida. Rest in power, paucity, lux eternal. Shine that we find our courage. Help us speak, hear the voices now. Queremos recuperar, queremos comprender, queremos caminar juntos y juntas. Queremos aprender, queremos enseñar, queremos caminar entre el amor de Dios. We will breathe forever, this and every loss. Pero empezar y respirar, vamos tras la paz. Rest in power, paucity, lux eternal. Shine that we find our mission. Help us sing, spread our voices now. To the beat of the music we are free. To the beat of the music we are free. Rest in power, paucity, lux eternal. Shine that we find compassion. Help us heal one another now. Let all we do rest in power, paucity, lux eternal. Shine that we live in freedom. Help us love one another now. Let all that we do be done in love. Let all that we do be done in love. Let all that we do be done in love. Let all that we do be done in love. Let all that we do be done in love. Let all we do be done in love.
And as you walk up, I want you to look this man in the face and ask yourself, did he have to die?
Say his name! George Floyd! Say his name! George Floyd! Say her name! Breonna Taylor! Say her name! Breonna Taylor!
Questions by Abel Koomson. Am I not good enough? Did I make a mistake in life? Is my skin standing out? Is there a way to get taller? Is there a way to make you like me? I'm an Asian woman who just wants love. Stop Asian hate.
I can feel you, but I can't stop you, and I don't want to, so I don't. And they can't see us, so they can't stop us. But even if they could, we'd keep on going, going, going. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you is worth the pain of what's coming. So I whisper your name, and I look at your face. Never thought I'd get this close. Never let myself hope. And I turn on the lights, and I pull back the shades. Let them find us, let them find us, 'cause I'm not ashamed, ashamed, ashamed. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you is worth the pain of what's coming. 'Cause it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. No, it's not wrong. Our love's 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 not wrong. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of what they'll say, 'cause holding you is worth the pain of what's coming. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
Settle. Settle is what the dirt does after it is stirred up and has no place to go. Settle is the process of gravity, doing what it does, bringing all things back in its delicate way. That doesn't suck in or crush or penetrate the barrier of ground. Settle is the digging in deeper to a comfortable place, a safe place, where you can be you in the spirit of love and expectation of joy. So why do we settle? when our hearts are broken over and over again, where we take out the jar of liquid gold and paint over each crack to have it shatter all over again. So why do we settle in places filled with fractured promises of moving forward for freedom that is on the other side of letting go? So why do we settle where there is no room to grow, and what holds you, keeps you warm, is a holy blanket of fear? So why do we settle for less than bare minimum when the world is full of more and more that serves your purpose and serves your spirit the way the divine intended?
As we grow, we are taught. Words are history bond. Looking back where we fed peace instead. Children born, visions clear. Children learn what they hear. Monsters under the bed. Peace instead. Some before you have said peace instead. Steal from brothers we brag. Tie beliefs to a flag. Seems it's harder to spread peace instead. From here could be easy and clear. See disruption ahead. Peace instead. Peace instead.
Black blood is dripping and soaking the pavement. From Jim and Jane Crow to political prisoners on death row. I'm screaming free Mumia until I see it. Take advantage of the books because they used to criminalize us for reading. Imagine slavery being abolished, but the only home you know was a plantation. Conditioned to be illiterate and put back in chains for being jobless. Law and order, that was anti-civil rights. Build that wall in front of that border. That's supremacy painted in white. How can you deny desperate refugees but be pro-Christ? This is the perfect time to march for pro-life. A Palestinian Jew of color from the ghetto born in a shack. God on the cross is urban and black. It's liberation music. Yeah. Uplift the people, yeah. Black blood that dripping and crying, and innocent Muslims that demonize. Look into my eyes and recognize passion. Hear my cries, realize that I'm ready for social justice in action. Born and destined to die, so why not try? Soaking up knowledge, spreading your wings and just fly. Break out of imprisonment mentally. Don't become victim to images depicted. Robots running around is truly a sickness. Share my blessings, discover self-love from seeking grace from above. I've been through it and I'ma go through more. Life is war, tugging at you. Good versus evil, the light versus the darkness. I ain't going to the back. I'm Rosa Parks, swim with sharks in the sea of life. You gon' stand to the side or stand and fight. A son of God, feel my roar, feel my rage, feel my desire for peace. The body deceased, but a liberated spirit never dies. Oppressor's haunted body cries. Yeah. Hope and faith, we got it. Body rotted, but the spirits will never die. Can feel them in the room when they fly. The strength to triumph when you see there's tears in my eyes. The strength to triumph when you see there's tears in my eyes. Hope and faith, we got it. Body rotted, but the spirits will never die. Can feel them in the room when they fly. The strength to triumph when you see there's tears in my eyes. The strength to triumph when you see there's tears in my eyes. Back at it again, snapping on behalf of my friends. Education is key, so why don't you give it to me? You caging me away from my freedom, and Lord knows that the lost souls needed. Spiritually beaten, the mind is depleted, but not dead, no. Water tainted with lead, how dare you be negative with innocent kids? It's payback, hit them where it hurts. It's payback, spread love, attaining wisdom and flashing a smile. Throw your hands in the air, you got a child. I'm tired of sitting back quiet and enraged. My upbringing linked with oppression, I'm fully engaged. We gon' break some locks and some chains today. Hey, hope and faith, we got it, bodies rotted. Over hundreds of years, been beating us down, man. From whippings and lashes, to batons and beatings on black bastards. Hoodies off for Trayvon. Remember Freddie Gray, Eric Garner, Emmanuel 9, Emmett Till, Don't Stop, MLK, Malcolm X, the cross and the lynching tree, the connection is real. Blacks in this country, the Jim Crow South, and all over, have suffered just like Jesus Christ did, persecuted, murdered for no reason at all. You'll know, pain, the harsh reality. Yeah, hope and faith, we got it. Hope out of terror, we triumph through pain.
Amazing stuff.
Right.
You know, I wrote down as I was listening to that, why would we settle for anything less than love and peace and empowerment? You know,
Why indeed?
why indeed?
You know, I can't say enough how moved I am by the beautiful artwork of our young people, you know, letting us know that they're paying attention, right? And they're paying attention to us to watch to see how we are going to respond to the events of today. And I hear that call. That is, you know, certainly our motto here at UUCR, practicing courageous love. And, you know, I think about that and how, you know, that calls for us to see the divine in those who are suffering and who are persecuted for looking, living, or loving differently than those in power. And you know, I'm reminded of the words of a wise woman who once said, you know, it takes a whole world to express the image of God, and we should be lifting up those in this world that we share together. Who are suffering, who are being oppressed and persecuted. And the work of all of our artists here are doing that so beautifully. And I'm so grateful.
And that imagery of impact, you know, Silver Spring at the end of people coming together and like breaking bread and gardening and like sharing successes and sharing life, like the vibrancy of that, you know, and the hope of what they're doing was so inspiring. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has been donating so generously. Like, it is amazing. We have raised $2,845. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going. Can we get to $3,000, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. So thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. And, you know, we are so excited and just blessed to be able to have with us to interview one of the featured artists and staff members at Impact Silver Spring, Rudy Logan. Rudy is a native of Montgomery County, Maryland, and he is Impact's East County network builder. He has the Bachelor's of Science in Criminal Justice from St. John's University and a Master's of Divinity from Princeton Theological Seminary. And before coming to Impact, Rudy was engaged in prison ministry, supporting restorative alternatives to incarceration and social outreach. His favorite pastimes include listening to R&B soul music and involving himself in sports and art-related activities. And moreover, he seeks to live his life guided by principles of justice, compassion, and healing. Thank you, Rudy, for joining us this evening and for letting us to, witness your beautiful talent. Thank you so much for the piece that you contributed. It was absolutely amazing, and we're so excited to be able to talk with you a bit tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been really inspired by the art and music shared tonight. I'm going to be sitting with this for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rudy, tell us, like, what makes this work so meaningful and important to you?
I think for me, especially from an impact perspective, and my great executive director, Jane, touched on this some, but it's the holistic focus we take to organizing, focusing on just the essential human components of this work. And, you know, it's so easy to be consumed by the grit and grind of organizing work. But at Impact, we also like to take a pause and check in with each other and see how we're feeling, and to be attentive to our lived experiences, because we too are also affected by the social realities. And I'm just especially appreciative of and find deep meaning in just the building, the relationship building aspects of this work. Because as we aim to overhaul these systems, it's also very important for us to also transform the ways that we even idealize what it means to be human. Like, we have to transform our social relations as well, because we can change laws, legislation, and so forth, but a transformation of the heart has to take place also. And I believe that Impact has a really wraparound outlook on this, and how we focus on the individual, we focus on people at the community level, and then we also seek to change things institutionally and to address structural violence.
That's so important. That because on the individual level, people, and then more broadly communities, we heal within the context of relationship. And so I just really want to lift up that point that you brought up about really developing a new way to be in relationship with one another as an essential ingredient for change in our community. That's absolutely amazing. Can you talk with us, Rudy, about, you know, for you, what is the connection between art, music, and social justice?
Yeah, I think art and music provide spaces for us to be authentic, to share our experiences, and to reclaim our narratives. And historically, art and music have also served very, you know, liberatory purposes. Like in the times of anti-Black chattel slavery, enslaved Black people had used music to be a means of like codified messages when, you know, they were trying to escape the plantation. Or, you know, Billie Holiday, for example, in the song she sung, Strange Fruit, you know, bearing witness to the lynchings that went on in this country. And just for me, it's art and music really serve as a space where we can transfigure that pain and suffering into a beautiful communal experience that brings people together who have this shared experience, this shared anger, this shared frustration, and invites people to critically reflect on how others see it, and allows us opportunities to build with each other in more authentic ways, I believe.
So I'm just taking that all in, you know. So what are some of the projects that you're working on?
Right now, a lot of my time is focusing on transformative justice, harm reduction, and community accountability efforts. And for me, you know, the starting point for this is that, you know, criminalization and punishment are not answers to social issues. We have to figure out how to address the issues that arise in community ourselves, I believe. I believe it's up to us to cultivate the capacity to handle things internally. Because as we can see, historically, police or the state, when it intervenes, sometimes death and harm come as a result. So for me in my work, I'm trying to figure out how we collectively can build our skills as far as conflict resolution goes, mediation, and really just relationship building, so that, you know, we know our neighbors and we're in a more comfortable place where we can even hold each other accountable and build this alternative world where punishment and retribution are not answers to our problems, but rather more holistic services such as restorative justice, culturally competent social workers and counselors, and so forth. We need to deal with these crises with compassion as opposed to punishment. And this is what is guiding most of my work right now.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, you and those laboring with you at Impact Silver Spring and certainly through other organizations in Montgomery County, you got your work cut out for you, right? These are long haul efforts. This is not for the faint of heart. And to that end, can you talk about what inspires you to keep doing the work that you do every day, and so that others might be inspired as well?
I think it's the resilience of communities who have been resisting state violence for so long. And on a more personal note, my mother, who came to this country by herself, and just her radical imagination, her daringness to dream and think otherwise beyond the limitations that others had put on her, is something that she instilled in me and my siblings at a very young age, and something that guides us throughout this world as we navigate these struggles, as we navigate, people who think that, this world is as it should be, but no, it was imagination that really, rooted us in, this point that we are at now. And it can be imagination that undoes that labor and establishes an alternative and brighter world. And I have a lot to thank my mother for on that point, in terms of instilling this kind of radical and compassionate imagination in me.
Well, I can imagine she feels very represented by your work. I mean, your radical imagination just like jumps through the camera, at me. And, for all of you watching, I think this is such a call to action for us to extend our radical imagination and really, donate generously, donate what you can to this very important organization. Let's reach that goal of $5,000 and to really nourish this work that is so important and so vital to our community.
Absolutely. And to help keep you inspired, to keep giving and to keep working and keep holding this dream in our imaginations until it becomes a reality. We've got some more amazing programming for you, including a powerful virtual art exhibit curated by UUCR's own Susan Spengler that actually inspired our theme for this event. So let's get to it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Looking out through my eyelids, how the world gets so screwed up. Was it something that I did? I get up and pace the floor. What can I do to make a difference? Maybe I should go back to bed now. I can't change the world tonight, because I'm only one, but still I am one. It may not seem like much, but any little thing can start a ripple in this great big pond. Looking through the prophet's veil, I see fossils of ancient rivers. How the waters all dry up. Could it be I'm a killer? My head's spinning round and round. What can I do to make a difference? They see that love trumps fear. What can I do to make a difference? Maybe I should just fit in now. I don't know how to fight this fight, because I'm only one, but still I won. And it may not seem like much, but any little thing can start a ripple. I am only one, but still I am one. And it may not seem like much, but any little thing can start a ripple in this great big pot. Oh, you can start a ripple. Yes, we can. I think we can. I know we can make a difference if we try. I know we can make a difference if we try. Just love one another. Teach compassion. Be kind to your neighbors. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Point of view. The best way to feel warm is to feel cold.
The best way to feel young is to feel old. Polar nights,
dry as sand.
Summer
nights
nights are so
so
bland.
bland.
When you're feeling down, look around.
When you're feeling right, touch the sky. Every summer,
has a cold. Every winter has a warm. Look around.
Look around,
Feel the air.
Look at the desert, oh so bare.
Hidden meanings are so true. Summer polar, up to you. The wind sweeps across the cold night sky. Faced with decisions, my hands are tied.
Some choose summer, some choose winter. Opposites might not attract. To embrace both sides is our pact.
Point of view is not to judge, but to know when to budge.
People have opinions, that's who we are. To hate these opinions is like drinking a tub of tar.
Oh, we've been cracked wide open. Oh, we've been cracked wide open. We've been cracked wide open. What will pour through? Oh, what will pour through? We've been the fear and all the love. The fear and all the love. The fear and all the love. Come together now. Come together now. We've been cracked wide open, we surrender to the state of things, ever changing. Cracked wide open, we can listen from a different point of view. Cracked wide open, the web of life is laid bare for all to see. Cracked wide open, people's true colors show through. Oh, we've been cracked wide open. We've been cracked wide open. Oh, we've been cracked wide open. What will pour through? Oh, what will pour through? The fear and all the love. The fear and all the love. The fear and all the love. Come together now. Come together now. Oh, we've been cracked wide open. We've been cracked wide.
Hands are made to help us to live. My hands long to give. My hands are empty. They long to share with someone alone out there. Alone out there.
Hands can dress a wound after a fight and caress at night. My hands are empty. They long to share with someone alone out there. Alone out there.
When I hurt someone, life opens up for me. I don't have to do more.
When I help someone, life opens up for me.
I don't have to do Hands can play like children braiding hair
and cradle every care.
My hands are empty. They long to share.
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 Hands are empty. They long to share with someone alone out there. Alone out there.
My hands are empty.
They long to share.
Perspective by Abel Kumsen. I am frowned upon. I am nervous. I am disrespected. I am at a disadvantage. I am distant. I am racially profiled. I am targeted. I am an African American.
See their faces, say their names. All these people and thousands more have died by lynching in America. All of their lives mattered. We are their witnesses. Addie Mae Collins. Ahmaud Arbery. Ayanna Jones. Alton Sterling. Amadou Diallo. Tatiana Jefferson. Botham Jean. Brandon McClelland. Breonna Taylor. Carlos Carson. Carol Robertson. Corey Jones. Cynthia Wesley. Daryl Britt. David Yaya McAtee. Denise McNair. DJ Henry. Elijah McLean.
Amazing grace,
Emmett Till.
how sweet the sound
Eric Garner.
that saved a wretch like me.
Freddie Gray.
I once was lost,
George Floyd.
but now I'm found.
James Chaney.
I was blind,
Jackson,
I see
John Crawford,
through many dangers,
Jordan Davis,
toils and snares.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.,
I have already come
Medgar Evers,
tis grace that brought
Philando Castile,
me safe this far,
Robert White,
and grace will lead me
Sandra Bland,
home.
Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Wayne Jones,
Gratitude to Susie Spangler. Thank you, Susie, for your art and your powerful testimony. We shall pause now to bear witness to this moment. We say their names. We bring into this space, this time together, the names of 4 souls that lost their lives in just the last few weeks. And Elsa and Niambi will light candles in remembrance. We say their names. Dante Wright, age 20. Andre Brown, age 40. Matthew Williams, age 35. Marvin Scott, age 26. We bear witness. Rest in power, beloveds. Tonight, Rudy Logan shared with us, Rudy of Impact's East County Network Builder, shared with us art and music transfigure pain and suffering. It invites people to critically reflect. It gives us opportunities to build together in more authentic ways. So as we bear witness in this moment, can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of us connecting hearts to hearts, hearing these stories, receiving this witness? Are you inspired? Are you moved? Is your heart broken? We have been cracked wide open, as Eleuthero sang to us. Our hands are open, our hands cradling, hands holding, longing to share, as Mimi and Malcolm sang to us. Do you feel the resilience and the power that breaks through all of this? So as we bear witness, will you join me in a prayer? A prayer for While in the Struggle by my colleague, the Reverend Marguerite Balazer. Spirit of life and love, spirit of resilience, spirit of generosity, that which serves as our conscience in this work, that we do to dismantle white supremacy, to empower the marginalized, to insist that Black lives matter matter. We have been angered. We have been saddened. We have been pushed to the brink once more. We are also inspired and seem resolved to do better this time, to not simply get on the other side of this moment, but to get there morally healthier, to get to a safe space for Black bodies. Spirits, help us to understand that we each have a role in this justice work. For our liberations are tied to one another's. Give us the clarity of mind to know what our individual part is in that struggle. That there are many ways to protest injustice. Help us to find our way and to commit to it. Spirits, we ask for guidance. Send us strength. Send us strength and endurance. Help us to give all to this and hold nothing back, for precious, precious lives depend on it. And beloveds, we will be imperfect. Rest assured that we will mess up over and over again, and we must do it anyway. May we summon the courage to tear down the system of injustice and get busy creating a world community with justice for all. May it be so, and amen.
May it be so.
Amen. 1,000 times over.
Let's get busy.
We can do this, everyone. This is why we are here this evening. Beloved community, we're entering into the last 30 minutes of our show, of this program this evening, and we want you to know, we know you hear this call, and so know that all donations made from now until the end of the program are going to be matched by an anonymous donor. So please give generously. Give as much as you can, whatever that is. It matters. Your contribution matters. Your witness matters. This is why we are here.
So now let's move on to our final set.
Color. I am black and you are white. I lived on the nightmarish land. You lived under the nightmarish ruler. You fought back to the enemy, and I fought with my own kind. You put me in another prison, where I grind the cotton day and night. But we aren't so different, you and I. I fought back against you, and you fought your own kind. So I become free, just like you. You become ruler, so I did too. I am black and you are white, but we aren't so different, you and I.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains
the sound, the silence. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. Those flowers and my love are never coming back. Maybe I could fade away and not have to face the fact. Not easy to facing up when your whole world is black. I wanna see it black. I see your window black, black as night, black as cold as the sun. No colors anymore than a sky. I wanna see it painted. I see your window black, black as night, black as cold as dark. No colors anymore than black, black. Fools, I said you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, oh my words, oh my words, like silent raindrops fell and echoed in wells. They echoed in the wells of silence. Do 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 silence.
Hi, that's Beryl. That's Nicole. And we're Beryl and Nicole, and we're gonna do Beryl's song called Limbo.
Well, it seems I've got nothing, no one to blame. I'm shuffling, kicking down the sidewalks, stubble grain. But whenever I made you smile, it was like I was Superman. Just puffed up and powerful and posed, making you laugh. Shall let the roots grow, fade away. Got no place to be except this way. You said my name one time, and now my mind is wrapped around a million other things you never said. It's no wonder why I stumbled into staying with you. If I feel this high when I'm so low, guess I'm an addict too. I'd still say the way you weigh yourself in your own hands is far too low, but I guess you know I don't understand.
shall let the roots grow, fade away. Got no place to be except this way. You said my name one time, now my mind is wrapped around the million other things you never said. So it's a shame to say I wait to see you passing by. I know you have his number, I know you don't want to say goodbye. I'm stuck in limbo, 'cause it's the closest place to you. I'm shuffling, kicking down the sidewalk, hoping we'll leave soon. Thanks, Bob Boylan.
This is us. Say their
Say
names.
their names.
Say their
Say
names.
their names.
Say their
Say their
names.
names.
Say their
Say
names.
their names.
For they have faced injustices, uncontrollable by themselves, unbeatable by themselves, fighting for the opportunity of life. These injustices are stacked up on a mountain so tall as the stars, viewable from everywhere, no matter who you are. However, no one cares, stuck in time, ignoring the obvious, just to live the rest of their life. Say their
Say
names.
their names.
Say their
Say their
names.
names.
Say their
Say
names.
their names.
Say their
Say
names.
their names.
History has highlighted the idea of equality in various religions where people were taught to love their neighbors, treating people as equals. However, racism continued. In American history, people were supposed to be equals, yet Africans were always unequal. Even after the civil rights movement, racism continued. Racism is a leech, feeding off the hate from others. Racism is a mindset, which is hard to push behind our backs and harder to move past from. We need to say their names.
Say their names.
We need to say their names.
Say their names.
We need to say their names.
Say their names.
We need to say their names.
Say their names
to change.
The Thunderstorm's Euphoria by Keza B. Violence is the creation from centuries of an ignorant civilization. Violence is something that destroys and tears our communities till they're lifeless. It rains fear and scatters evil. It could be called the devil's doing because horrible wrongdoings just can't be comprehended by small-minded humans. So can we really defeat something that can easily deceive us into doing the wrong thing? Plus, it can't be destroyed or killed, so how do we know for sure we put an end to it? Violence was built in humanity's nature, so you could even say there's no way to avoid it. And I wouldn't disagree with that statement because humanity may just be naive and stay silent. But humanity has changed, for the better and for the worse. So let's hurry and see if we can think outside the box because time is a luxury we don't have. And as I'm writing this, there is probably a corpse laying at the hands of cops. But hey, let's not only blame the cops because there's a man named Aaron Long that can shoot just because he feels sexual longing. Eat, kill, hunt, and overpower. These are the ways humanity survived for so long. These are the acts that helped humans from going extinct. These are also the acts that led up to humanity's fixed mindset and standards. These standards led to years of an ongoing loop of violence between humans themselves. A loop that has been going on for centuries because it's in humans' nature to kill and cast upon misery. But do we want this loop to continue? Because I can guarantee you this is only going to get worse over time. So let's try yet again to end this loop of misery. Let's sit down, discuss, and come up with a better setup. Because I am sick and tired of seeing a police car and scurrying around. Let's get justice for the people that were let down by the police. Let's change the world by avenging the souls that were lost in drive-bys, spa shootings, protests, wars, and the ones that were lost through years and years of slavery. The foundation of humanity is violence. If you look at it like that, then we're screwed. But can we try and see it from a perspective where we can redo the lost time? So hello, I introduce you to a new wave of humanity that will move mountains using the resources that were founded by the sheer ideologies that were constructed using the power of camaraderie. Thank you.
Things keep going this way. We'll only last a few more days. Paint is cracked and your pain is back, and it won't go away.
Mayhem to Peace by Elizabeth Domerod. Let's better America, go from mayhem to peace, from hate to love. Truth and harmony shall triumph over chaos. Create a place where the pigment of your skin is just a color, where your accent doesn't define your achievements, where being different doesn't cause suffering. We shall mend what is broken. Let's repair America. Take the innocent children out of cages, provide homes to those wandering, tax those with the biggest wages. We must work for a brighter future where we could see the stars at night, stop taking things for granted, and treat everything with delight. Let's rebuild America, design a future where we are content, where we enjoy anything and everything, and don't focus on the dollar, the cent. We can make America healthy, plant more trees and crops and flowers, and pick up plastic and glass and cans. The earth may reward us with showers. Let's connect America. There needs to be more love. Smile at the people passing by. You don't know who's watching from above. We're all human, but some tend to forget. We may think differently, that should never be a threat. Let's perfect America. Let people know we care. Although they may not think it, show them you'll always be there. Then after all this work is done, our new America we shall sustain. The America that many have strived to fashion. From mayhem to peace we shall maintain.
The other new songs on that guitar. Okay. There we go. That's it. Take a bow for the land I will plow. The ground cries out with pain. Take a knee for the stars and stripes that bleed with the blood of the least of these. My country, 'tis of thee. This freedom I can see, but my God shows me just who I am. See, my God tells me I am human. The boots off my neck, no pain in my chest. My burdens have been set free. See, my God loves me for being me. Centuries of harsh brutality. Am I numb to the hurt that's caused? Memories of generations before me who ran for their lives stripped away. No country 'tis of thee, till all oppressed are free. But my God loves me for who I am. For my God tells me I am human. The boots off my neck, no pain in my chest. My burdens have been set free. See, my God loves me for being me. See, my God shows me just who I am. been set free. Sweet Mine loves me for being me, loves me for being me.
Oh man, everybody. Wow, what a set. What a night.
What
Wow. What a night. You know, I wrote down that words of from the poem, "A New Wave of Humanity," and I was like, yes, tonight we are here to kickstart a new wave of humanity. And Yami, I wanted to get back to the beginning around your song, "The Sound of Silence," and I wanted to hear from you what that song meant, and what it means to break the silence.
You know, when we first heard that arrangement of Sound of Silence, it was just like we knew we could never hear those songs in the same way again, because it just seemed so salient for what Black people and other people of color and trans people and just all of the marginalized folk, you know, what we've been suffering over the years, what we've been going through, and how, you know, how the silence around that is what has perpetuated, what perpetuates the damage that's done to communities. And so we were really excited to be able to render that piece in that way. And with the accompanying artwork, it was really truly our pleasure and privilege to be able to participate in this year's ArtsConnect by sharing that song with everyone. And, you know, the ArtsConnect's whole mission is right in step with the work that Halo does through our organization, our nonprofit organization, and through our Race and Real Talk program, you know, where we actually employ a community music therapy model to help support communities in constructive dialogue around racism and shared work around racism and its intersecting issues of social justice. And, you know, one of the mantras we've been using in our work this year is that healing is possible, and we are part of an enormous circle of helpers around the world.
Yeah.
And we are in such good company with the work done by Impact Silver Spring and MoCo for Change, and, you know, as seen through the art of all these brilliant activist creatives that we've had here tonight. It's been such an honor and a pleasure, and so encouraging to know that there is this community. We are part of this large and growing community of people who care and people who are ready to make that change.
Yeah.
Usher in this new world, this new way of being, this new
The
way.
new wave of humanity.
Right. That's right.
Bring it. Well, thank you for sharing that piece, and that program is so powerful. Well, so let's look at the final tally. Oh my gosh, everybody. Oh my gosh. We have raised $4,640. That's amazing.
Great.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This is extraordinary. I'm just blown away.
Blown away. So moved. So grateful. What a wonderful evening. Thank you all so much. And to all of our artists. Cause for celebration.
Yoo-hoo! And now we get to turn it over to our wonderful Reverend Rebecca for our benediction.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Niambi and Elsa. I know it's really hard to host a virtual event, and y'all both were fantastic. Thank you for carrying the night for us. And thank you to Sarah Jebian. Sarah is the magic, the force of nature that made tonight possible, that brought all these people together, all this talent, this heart, this witness. Sarah, I know you're watching because I see
Give
you
her
on
some
my
love in the
screen.
chat.
We love
In the
you.
chat.
We love you.
Woo!
Yes, please write in the chat. Please, please, please write in the chat. Thank you, Sarah. Sarah, we are blessed by your prophetic power and all of your work and your ministry. Tonight was amazing. And if we were gathered in the room together, the walls would be shaking. The walls would be running down with the power of what we have been creating together. This heart, this witness, these powerful images, these children, these youth, these young leaders who are inspiring us and calling us to this moment. You know, Alexander Simpson, a ninth grader, told us we need to say their names to change. And that's what we are a part of tonight. And Kezu Behunde, I apologize if I'm mangling your voice, Keza, an eighth grader, that powerful poem, let's try yet again to end this loop of misery. Let's get to justice. Let's change the world. And she asked us, can we redo the lost time? And then said to us, so hello, let's introduce a new wave of humanity, utilizing the power of camaraderie. Unfolding sang to us. Don't you love that song by Unfolding? Type in the chat if you do. Sang to us that we are rising for our lives, feeling our voices rise up and reminding us that we will survive. Did you hear that part? Did you really receive that part? Beloveds, we will survive. Come on now, say it with me,
We
Diambi
will
Elsa.
survive.
We will survive.
We
Come
will
on now.
survive.
I feel it.
Amen.
Look what we did tonight, just in a couple of hours. We got to halfway, just a little after an hour, and that is the power of community. That is the power of camaraderie. That is the power of a collective conscience willing us, pushing us, forcing us, calling us to the good. So it is an honor to close our time tonight. I couldn't pick one benediction, so I picked two. I picked two. Two benedictions to end this night. The first by my colleague, the Reverend Kimberly Quinn Johnson, and the second by Reverend Elena Westbrook. And I feel like they fit perfectly together. Fitted for this day. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are not perfect, but we are perfectly fitted for this day. We are not without fault, but we can be honest to face our past as we chart a new future. We are the ones we have been waiting for. May we be bold and courageous to chart that new future. May we have faith in a future that is not known. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Go in hope. For the arc of the universe is long, and we can bend it towards justice. Go in courage. For together we have the strength to confront injustice in our daily lives and the larger world. Beloveds, go in love, because a holy and a generous love is both the reason and the means by which we transform our lives and transform the world. Amen. Blessed be, and may our lives preach louder than our lips.
Amen, amen, amen. And we've
Many,
got one
many.
song. We've got one last song for you all, and we hope that this will remind us of the power and importance of keeping our hope alive, and that we can all help to build a truly beautiful America by doing the work to dismantle systems of oppression and racism in our country, in our state, in our county, in this community. Be blessed, everyone.
Be blessed. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful, for special sky. inside.